Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. So today I'm going to be doing another A4 layout, and I'm using this gorgeous Hello 2021 cut file from Peartree Cutfiles. I cut the cut file in gold, rose gold glitter card, and I'm going to be adding a little bit of watercolour to this using the Neo Colours wax crayons, water soluble crayons. This layout's for a FTLOPP on Facebook birthday crop, and this is for the challenge Battenberg, which is a grid layout, or you can also do it as two colours. So I'm going to be doing a grid layout with two colours. I'm going to be using pink and peach. So I'm just adding some watercolour to the bottom left corner. Now, I wasn't very happy with this watercolour, the way it turned out, but most of it does end up getting covered up. So I'm just adding some pink in there, and then I'm going to add some peach round the outsides, adding some splatters as well. These colours are great. They're just like a normal wax crayon. You just scribble it onto either some clear packaging, or this is just a mixed media mat that I'm using. Add a scribble of the crayon and then add some water to it, and it turns into a watercolour that you can use onto your cardstock. You can either use it with a paintbrush, or you can use it, like I say, mix it onto some packaging and using the packaging technique. Yeah, just drying the excess off there so I don't have to wait for it to dry too much. I'm just gonna set out my layout now just to see how I wanted it, making sure that the watercolour was at least a little bit of it visible underneath the actual layout itself once I've got it all stuck down. So like I say, a lot of this does get covered up, but you can see some of the peachy colour and the splatters that are just poking out from underneath the photographs. With these crayons though, don't scribble them onto your layout because they don't blend very easily. You will end up with like a crayon scribble and not be able to blend it very well if you add it straight onto your paper. But these are great. They're just like the Vicky Boutin wax crayons, which you can get, which I wanted originally, but I couldn't for the life of me get hold of any. They were all out of stock, which is understandable because they're very, very popular. So yeah, you get quite a decent lot of colours in these, and I do use them quite a bit because they're easier than my watercolour paints just to grab out. So now I'm just adding the photographs to some white cardstock, just giving them a white border, as I always do, and now just popping my bits on, setting the layout up just to make sure I'm happy with where everything's going. I kept the inside bits of the 2021 and just raised them up onto some foam pads because I love the way that looks. And I also used the Peartree Cutfile build a wreath. I didn't actually build a wreath with these ones, I just cut them out and used them as decoration just to pop out from underneath my photographs. I've got a little acetate circle there with some white flowers on that I'm also going to use, that I've had in my stash for quite a while. And I've got a Dotty About flare there with the rainbow on, with peach and pink, and just some other little bits and bobs from my stash. Now you can see it is a grid layout, but it's not a traditional grid layout where it's in the centre of the page. I've popped it to the bottom left hand corner of the page, which I still think you can tell it's a grid layout. It is still the 4 pieces as a grid, it's not central, it's to the bottom left hand corner. So now I'm just getting everything stuck into place, with trying not to move it so much, so I make sure I get it in the position that I originally want it in. I'm just going to stick the acetate circle down with some double-sided tape, because you're not going to be able to see that double-sided tape once the other pieces are on top of it. Really happy with the way that's looking now. So just going to get the layout all stuck down using double-sided tape. This cardstock that I'm using is Papermania textured cardstock. It's lovely cardstock to use. The only trouble I do find is writing on it. With it being textured, it's not very easy to write on. So that's just one thing to bear in mind if you're using textured cardstock. I am hoping to invest in a printer at some point, so I can type my journaling out and then print it off and cut it out in maybe strips or something like that. Maybe look like a typewriter sort of effect. So yeah, this bottom photo, I'm just popping it up onto some foam pads just to raise it up a little bit, give it a little bit of a better look, so it's not, the layout's not completely flat. And then just adding the other extra layers behind the photos. I've also got a little chipboard frame from an old collection. Can't remember what collection that was from, but I've cut the frame in half and I pop a piece on one half the layout and the other half on the other side of the layout, just poking out from behind the photos. So yeah, just seeing if there's anything else I can add with some tabs from a Simple Stories sticker book, and then just popping them gold leaves from the wreath Cutfile under my photos, just poking out. I do love this glitter cardstock. This is Dovecraft glitter cardstock. It's from the range. The only thing is you only get a pack and it's only got one colour in it. I did get the rose gold and I also got the silver, and it cuts really lovely on a Cricut. Really nice, clean, fresh cuts. So yeah, it doesn't shed any glitter either, which is great because we all know what glitter's like. It it can get everywhere. You end up with it all over the place, and so yeah, this is nice glitter cardstock to use. I'm also going to be using some of them little things from Lucy's cards, the little dewdrops. I'm going to be adding some of them dotted about. They're not the easiest thing to stick down, and I cut my nails, so they're not the easiest things to pick up either. So yeah, just dotting some of them. These are my favourite thing at the moment. They're absolutely beautiful. I got the clear ones and the iridescent ones with like a rainbowy shimmer to them. They are beautiful. Really do finish a layout off lovely. So yeah, just sticking them down with some wet glue. Sticking them in place. I've also added behind the rainbow flare, I've also added some a cluster of thread behind just for some added interest. And like I say, you can just see bits of the watercolour poking out from underneath the photos, which I'm quite happy with. That you can actually still see the watercolour. So yeah, just deciding where this title's going to go. And it ends up in the bottom right corner. Just putting some glue on that hello to stick that down. I left that bit open, didn't back it, didn't use the negative pieces for that either, but like I say, in the 2021 I am raising the negative pieces up onto foam pads. This was actually a free cut file from Peartree Cutfiles, but it is available on the website if you want to purchase it, along with a lot of other really pretty cut files available for either pre-cut or digital download if you do own your own cutting machine. So now, top right, I thought it looked a bit bare, so I'm just going to add a couple of little tabs and some more of them little gold leaves up in the corner, and some more of them little things, the dewdrops, the glass drops, just for added effect and prettiness, basically. Oh, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I didn't put any journaling on this one, as I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to put, so I might add that on at a later point when I decided what I want to add to that. But at the moment I'm quite happy with it being having no journaling on. I do add a few phrase stickers across the bottom, which, to be honest, I think pretty much say it all. I end up adding love yourself, I am deserving of an amazing life. Sorry about that noise. I am deserving of an amazing life and shine bright. So let's hope this year's better than last year. Got to stay positive and do plenty of scrapbooking, obviously. Scrapbooking's kept me really busy throughout not 1, not 2, but 3 lockdowns now. Like I say, I didn't film a lot of my layouts for the first lockdown, as it was more just about trying to keep myself occupied, keep my mind occupied, keep my 2-year-old occupied. So a lot of entertaining going on in that first lockdown. Just adding some little peach enamel dots, and yeah, that's my layout done. So thanks again for watching. Hope you like the close-ups and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.